This is for the players. Welcome to the tutorial of 8 Humped cars. You start by going into this fast right hander, which you will want to clip the curb on the inside there, and then you want to bring your car out quite wide to the other side, where you also want to try and hit the curb just before the lamppost there, so you come straight back in on yourself as you're going to be going downhill. You enter the one car only section, which you should try not to overtake in due to it being tight. And as you exit, you're going to go uphill into a blind left-hander. This one is quite tricky as the barriers will prevent you going too far. If you happen to go over the barriers, there is a route via the path. You come into this left-hander, which you want to try and take as close to the pipes as possible without hitting. Then as you come down the hill, you want to be careful of this blind crossover point, because cars will be coming down at quite some speed. You'll approach this turn where there is a pothole. You want to be going slower at this point due to this crest off the hill, and then immediately turning right downhill, at which point you want to be on the left hand side as you enter the corner, hitting the curb where the lamppost is. Again, you want to try and come as far out wide as possible for the entry to this corner, because it will bring you to the far left, ready for the entry onto the U-turn. There's two routes you can take here. You can either go straight through the pipes, which will give you a tighter turning, which means you'll be going slower through the next left-hander. It is advised, if you can make it, to come to the right-hand side and then loop to your left, as this will help with the entry to your next corner. Then as you straighten up your car, you'll be entering into the blind crossover point, and then straight over to 2 humps and approaching another crossover point. Those are the 2 most dangerous points on the track, as you are most likely going to crash there. As you come over the 3rd hump, you don't want to be going too fast, as you will go over the barriers, and you will have to drive really close to the barriers in order to activate the checkpoints. On our second lap, I will show you some of the key points in the track. This corner here, it is very likely that you'll run out to the left of it as you go round. This is quite dangerous, as you could hit many barriers. Another danger is this part of the humpback bridges. You will be coming through here one by one, where from your left you are likely to be hit by flying cars. Continuing on to the 2nd hump, once you're through this, it now opens up. Anybody who makes a mistake up here will go flying over these barriers. As said on the last lap, if you do happen to go over the barriers, you do have this part of the pavement where you can come back to the racetrack. That corner will then open up onto a fast left-hander, where it is advisable to come to the far right here, to swing tight in left there to your pipes. And then keep your eyes on your map as you come through here, because you do not want to be hit by anyone that's approaching this section from the right. And then as you approach this, you have to slow down, because that pothole will send you all the way over here. If you go too fast, you'll also fly off over here. You want to approach this right-hander at medium-ish speed, so about 60 miles an hour. Same for the next one, but you'll want to swing straight on back towards this stop sign before turning left, as this right-hander here is a complete U-turn. As said in the last time, you will want to come wide for this corner, as it brings you straight onto this corner, which allows you for much easier cornering as you approach this section. You can go as fast as you want over these 2 humps, as you can clear the cars coming through. Over the 3rd hump, you don't want to go too fast, otherwise you'll end up over the barriers, as said last time. And if you miss the checkpoints here, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose the race. The faster you go, the more likely you are to make mistakes. So this race equalises that out by utilising fast sections and slow sections together. The single car section is vital to this track as it makes it slightly harder for you to overtake, yet slightly easier to make mistakes to help you overtake. If the very first player blocks the whole road by spinning out and ending up sideways, you will end up in a multi-car pile-up. If you've continued watching, you'll see some of the mistakes I've been making at this slow speed. So it's not just being fast that will help you crash, but also being slow and not handling your car properly. These pipes are also able to be knocked over. So if you've got a slight lead, you can bash into them and then you can use them, that was a bad example of pipes, as a way to block cars behind you that are literally going to be approaching in a second. Some of those you will probably hit by accident, or someone will. You may come across them on the next lap, depending on how many players are stuck at certain distances. This race is best played over 3 laps with 30 players, as that prevents the most intriguing difficulty during this section, as well as the most unique player experience due to driving in first person only. The more players there are, the harder this race becomes, because they'll be spread out more and you'll be more likely to crash in the crossover sections and in the single car only sections. The start finish line is separate where all the cars will be starting, so if someone does not start and is AFK, as you come round to your next lap you will not crash into them. I will now demonstrate the point of that tight corner. It becomes a lot harder to pull back in if your car has a lot of understeer, which means your front end will be dragging further out towards the other side of the track. Having understeer will also make your car slower, so you'll want to pick a car with good front end grip. Thanks for watching and good luck when you try this race. Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.